Alrighty, hey everyone, good Friday evening to you. Let's do a quick edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. We'll make this video a little bit shorter tonight since it's Friday and some of the most active weather is now behind us for the first couple of days of 2020. Well, it wasn't a very good looking day today, but it was mild outside, and with the light rain and drizzle that was pretty persistent, rainfall totals were pretty modest today. This was never anything all that heavy, about 0.39 as of 7:10 p.m. in Latonia and Columbiana, a little less than that in Boardman. Then amounts generally get a little bit lower as you go off to the north, a tenth to 2/10 of an inch, fairly common from around I-80 on northward. All right, again, as of about 10 after 7 this evening, what you see is what you get, some light rain and drizzle out there. Millions and millions being impacted by some wet weather on this Friday evening, stretching from the Ohio Valley down to the deep south and into the mid-Atlantic states as well. Nothing all that heavy, no severe weather threat with this, but it is a damp evening in many, many places. All right, out here is where the colder air is, a little area of low pressure moving through Iowa this evening with a little bit of light snow with that. This air is not Arctic in origin, it's just chilly for early January. 35 in Des Moines is nothing. 31 in Minneapolis, they're wearing shorts up there, but this cooler, somewhat cooler air mass is what's going to head our way tomorrow. So light rain and drizzle throughout the night. The last of this kind of steady-ish rain will rotate through right around or just before daybreak on Saturday morning. I think by 9, 10 o'clock, we're in just kind of a lull, a lot of clouds around. Temperatures will be gliding back a little bit. We'll start out around daybreak at 39 or so, and then probably closer to 35 for a lot of the midday and afternoon. Some flurries will try to emerge in the afternoon, not looking for any impacts from that. Sunday's a halfway decent day, a pretty cloudy start to the day. I think as we get into the afternoon, there can be some intervals of sunshine here and there. And while temperatures will not be as warm as the last couple of days, it'll still be above the average in the middle and upper 30s on Sunday. We'll just kind of get grazed, I think, late Sunday into Sunday night with a warm front scooting by to our north. We'll just get grazed with a touch of snow or just some flurries, much like the flurries tomorrow afternoon. Really not expecting much in the way of impacts from that. And then Monday, actually, pretty nice day as a lot of people head back to work and school on Monday. We're talking about generally partly sunny weather and temperatures 7, 8, 9 degrees above the average. I forgot to stick one graphic in my show here. Let me just grab that real quick because this is Weather Geeks after all. I wanted to show you something kind of nerdy and geeky and cool. Sunday morning, early in the morning, is the perihelion, in which the Earth reaches its closest point in its orbit to the Sun. We're about 91 million miles away from the sun on Sunday morning, about 3.1 million miles closer than the opposite, which is aphelion, which in the northern hemisphere occurs in early July. Of course, if you're watching this video, chances are you're science savvy enough to know that the reason for the seasons is not our distance to the sun. It's of course the tilt of the Earth relative to its axis. Right now, the southern hemisphere is in their summer. We're in our winter time in the northern hemisphere, and that tilt is what causes the seasons. The distance to the sun is actually fairly irrelevant when it comes to practical weather here on the Earth, but it's just kind of a cool thing to talk about. All right, let's talk about something else that some people might find cool. Our next chance for some impactful snow. There's only one chance really, and this is a low confidence deal at this point. But here's a look at the European model on Tuesday, suggesting that kind of a modest or weak area of low pressure will track like this. This is not a big bomb. It's not a huge deep storm or anything, but if this track were to verify, we'd probably get grazed by some snow on Tuesday. How much? I don't think it's a whole lot, and there might even be some mixed precipitation tracking in with this. There's not a ton of model agreement on the intensity, the track of this system, but if it were to come through as the European model would suggest, we might have enough snow to measure Tuesday into Tuesday night, maybe some lake effect into the day on Wednesday. Here's a look at our current medium range model spread. I'm including Tuesday through Wednesday night here. Tuesday would be when we'd have that little low. Wednesday would be lake effect. You can see there's decent agreement now on Tuesday. The GFS has kind of come around to the European model idea that maybe we get an inch to maybe even 2 inches out of that in some spots Tuesday night, and maybe some small additional accumulations with our lake effect on Wednesday. So stay tuned on this. Either way, I don't think it's a big deal, but in a pattern that has not featured much snow and will not feature much snow, I think, for the next couple of weeks, it looks like, this may be one of our few opportunities to see enough snow for us to be able to measure. So again, that's Tuesday into Tuesday night, Chris Sarinelli and Ramel Carpenter will bring you some updates on the TV side this weekend. I'll chime in if I see anything of interest on the modeling this weekend, because even on my days off, I'm looking at the weather a lot of the times. So I'll be taking a look at the latest model trends for that system on Tuesday. Thanks for watching tonight's Weather for Weather Geeks. Make it a great Friday night. Make it a great weekend. And I'll see you on Monday.